Hello, my loves. I want to talk about black versus white magic and the racism behind those terms, even saying light versus dark magic. Now, black magic, that term, and I'm going to speak about it in America as far as that goes, because the concept of black magic was different throughout history. But particularly in America, the term black magic was used to really demonize black religions, African spiritual faiths. It was meant to show black and brown people as more animals than humans. And then saying white magic, which is all love and light and we don't do sacrifice and we're all for the good of everybody else. You can then follow white magic was subconsciously made people think that white people were divine and pure and they were better, right? So already by using those two terms, you now have in your head that black magic is tied to black religions because first off, they're close practices, and palm colored folk always want to know everything. They want to be up in everything. They want to try all the different faiths. And then, they'll try hoodoo and it comes back to bite them in the ass, which I always find very amusing. But African spiritual faiths tend to use animal sacrifice in a lot of their rituals, and it's not a bad thing. Magic is neutral. Magic is just magic is the energies of the land. It's the frequency of the land. It's working with the spirits of the land. And no matter the pantheon, god and goddesses are all tied to aspects of nature and different animals, mammals, whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter what pantheon. You'll have Orishas who are, this one is goddess of water and the mammals inside. This one is for thunder. This one, there's all different ones, but they're all aspects of nature. So you're literally working with these gods and goddesses, spirits of the earth, and asking them to lend you power, to magnify your own power, to bring about whatever change it is you're looking to change. With animal sacrifice, you're using the power of that life force to magnify as well, whatever it is. And some god and goddesses call for animal sacrifice, and that's part of it too, whatever. But magic itself is neutral. Evil is the person and not the magic. And even the idea of evil is going along with your own moral views, if that makes sense. Because even calling something black magic is tying this idea of evil to it when it's not evil at all, right? Evil is the person using the magic and how they are using it, right? So when you're saying light and dark magic, it is putting in your head that black magic and witchcrafts and all of that, then those practices where maybe you're putting hexes on people, or as I said, you're seeing these videos of animal sacrifice and you think, oh my gosh, that's black magic, it's terrible, whatever the case may be, but you don't understand what's going on behind it. I grew up in Jamaica, and we had an evil spirit on our land, and my daddy got a hoodoo person to come in. They slit the throat of a goat, and they put the goat blood all along the perimeter of it, and did the ritual, whatever they needed to do, and then told us also, going forward, how we can get the evil spirit out, right? That was done for protection of us, right? But anybody looking on the outside probably would only hear the goat animal sacrifice part and automatically in their head is black magic, right? So it's because there is a lack of understanding, and because colonizers being colonizers wanted to demonize people of color and make them less human by saying that all of that is black magic. Now that term of black and dark magic has now spread to encompass not just African spiritual faiths, but other faiths as actual rituals, right? So no matter the pantheon, people who do perform hexes or trigger spells, which basically means you do something and it triggers a response for the other person, right? So that sort of thing, anything that's like a magical attack on somebody else. But once again, we don't know the side effects. Why are they hexing this person? They may have a very good reason. It could be a reason to keep them from harming them, whatever the case may be. There's tons of rituals, but they are still oftentimes, now the term is baneful magic that's being used as to encompass that, but even those are still seen as dark or black magic, right? Come to the way of the light and, don't use these dark things. My personal thing, and I did another video on it, I always ask myself, is protection magic, as far as just protecting myself, an easier choice than the energy that goes in to hexing somebody else? That's a question that I have. And that's a question that every single witch has. Every single spiritualist practice has. And that's okay. But we need to understand the undertones of saying dark black magic or light or white magic and how the racism undertones that are there. It's just all colonizer vibes, which tracks. So, yeah. That's what I wanted to touch on today. There are numerous other ways that you can call that I think baneful magic is actually a great way to term it. Instead of saying dark or black magic, baneful magic sounds great. Magic just is. Just call it magic. It's just a different form of magic, really. A different form of working with the land and the spirits of the land to bring about whatever result it is you want. Even saying, as I said, the word evil, that's all relative, right? Like, I mean, it's all relative because that goes back to colonizers and white supremacists who wanted to demonize black religions. They labeled it evil. It's all relative. So we need to stop saying those terms of, oh, this is black magic, or this is white magic, or this is dark magic, or this is light magic. If you do not know what's going on in that particular faith, then just don't demonize it. And as I said, for the third time I'm saying this, evil is the person and not the magic. Okay, that's it. See you next time.